Alright, so this game was never intended to be a video or anything. It's literally just me trying to complete the dance challenge. And that first circle, as you'll see, is just complete garbage relative to where I am. So that's not great. So I was gonna go straight for the dance thing, but the last time I tried to do this, I ended up with 0 kills because I got shot by a shotgun. I see a guy pass me, but like, I'm not worried about that. So I got shot by a shotgun the last time I tried to do this challenge, because it is Thursday where I am. So I'm trying to complete those challenges, you know, work on my John Wick. So the Haunted Hills one, that's where I wanted to go. It's just getting a little bit of materials first so I can slide down this hill, and I'm just going to head over and do my dance. My hope was that if people are going to do the challenge, they would have already moved into Pleasant by the time I got there, and I would have guns, because my shotgun skills were lacking before this game, so I figured that would be the best course of action. I don't know why it doesn't show me. Yeah, I'm trying to get the HUD to work on these, but doesn't look like it wants to work. Oh, maybe damage effects will do that. I don't know what player outlines does. So yeah, I get my dance challenge, then I just loot this house. Honestly, at this point, I'm looking at that first circle, as you can see, and I'm just like, there's no chance of me getting anything done this battle. Because by the time I get into circle, I'm basically going to be dead. So yeah, I'm moving into Pleasant. And I'm seeing all these broken tops of houses. And I'm thinking to myself, there must be people here. So, you know, I'm just exploring. I'm trying to take the outside edge of this place, because even though the circle is so far, I don't want to unnecessarily die. You know, I'm trying to pump the KDR, trying to make those stats look good, you know. Try and get every dub that I can. But there was never an expectation that this would be a dub. But, you know, sometimes things work out. So I'm hearing the shots forwards. I saw him when I jumped right there. So then all I have to do is I jump on top of this car, aim down sights, and bam. So it does hit him in the leg. It probably would have hit him in the chest if he didn't stand up, but that's fine. And then my immediate thought is, well, where's the other guy? How do I clean up this entire fight? So he's moving towards me, snap a shot to the left, and those are the first 2 kills. So that's easy peasy, you know. 2 kills right from the start. So at this point, I'm pretty much like, that's probably all that there was at Pleasant, because there was no other conflict, nobody shooting at me. And I'm like, I might as well try and get into this circle, you know, because I'm only level 70, I'm trying to get my XP, I don't really want to sit on the battle bus, that doesn't give XP. You know, you get some for position, you get some for time played. You know, I was just having a chill evening, so I figured, let's play this game out. So, this rotation to make it into the circle, I had originally wanted to go over Loot Lake, like where that red guy is, but that was not something that I could accomplish. So I had to go south. I was gonna go cut through that way. My concern was people rotating from Anarchy and over there, because, you know, we have all these challenges going, so people go in weird spots. That's why there's only 31 people left, and like first circle hasn't even popped, because a ton of people are going to the dancing places, to Dusty. There's a ton of people snobby. So the meta's a little bit different right now, where people are dying earlier. So if you can get loot fast, then you're pretty much set. I mean, people are still incredibly good at this game, but I mean, that's only a small percentage. So moving up here, my concern is my left side more so than my right, because I'm thinking, like, this is really early into Tilted. If they're playing Tilted, they're probably still clearing it out. You know, there's a lot of chest loot and whatever. So I had to go to clear this. What an embarrassment. Like, if I could get a different replay, I definitely would, because that was just trash. So now my concern as I move up is early rotations into the circle, because the circle is pushing people out of Tilted. So if you look, there are 3 people in Tilted right now, and they're going to have to move when that circle closes in. So my worry is that people who want to casually get a move on into the circle will push in and be on top of me. So I'm a little bit worried about that, so I'm moving in. And then as I cross this river, I'm looking to my right, because I'm looking for rotations from Tilted. Also from Snobby, but that's really not a concern at this point. But that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to see where people are coming from. Because I know the popular spots for the most part, if there weren't challenges, so I just kind of adhere to those. So, you know, I always watch the river, try and be careful with my top. And honestly, it seems like any game where I get a hunting rifle, I seem to do well with, because it changes the way that I open up fights. It gives me that early advantage, which helps me get damage. Even if I don't hit the shot, I think it forces me to build. So I see a guy moving up on me, I take that shot, I miss, snap a few shots into him, try and break his thing. So I'm stripping his shield, he's down to 1 shield, I look down, I'm gonna snipe him, and he had a little bit more shield. And then instantly right into his body. He had like no health besides his shield, which was good. He did drop a porta-fort, but I'm not really impressed by it, because it's really just materials, but it takes up a slot. And my traditional loadout would be an AR, a shotgun, hunting rifle, shield, and then I like the tactical SMG. That's my personal favorite. So I don't know how to clear that bar off the bottom, but I don't know, you'll deal with it, I guess. Is that replay reach? Is that what that does? So we hit a shot right there into this guy, and then we're looking to push up on him, so I'm just using these ramps to create little bits of shield. My goal basically is to get him to peek up and pressure me, but clearly that's not something he wants to do, so we're just slapping him on the wrist for peeking here. I'm a little bit worried about him peeking right now, but it's clear that that's not what he wants to do, so I start to move up aggressively. I get blocked by this tree branch. So now all I'm going to do is break this. I'm a little bit worried about him jumping out and moving around, but considering how passive and poorly he's played so far, I'm not too worried about it, so I just take that out. Keep shooting, and there we go. And then all I have to do is take out that spike trap on the right side. 2 weeks ago I would have forgot to do that, but, you know, we're going up north. That's only 1 shield that I pick up there, so it's not that impressive, but it's whatever. I don't like the fully hidden HUD. I mean, if I could just read a tutorial or something to figure out the system, that would be great, because I don't fully understand it. This replay system. Here's me unsuccessfully trying to mark an airdrop as it lands in a tree. That's tragic. So here, all I'm trying to do is I have a tendency to play really passive between 20 and 5 people, and I don't really like that playstyle, because it limits my kills and it limits the amount of learning that I can do in a match. Because if I'm sitting in a tower while 11 people die to the storm or whatever, like, sure, it's great for my position, but in terms of my loot and my personal experience, it's not great. It's kind of unfortunate. So here there's a lot of meandering around. So, you know, I'm just walking around. Alright, I was checking if that was a person. I'm checking up there, because that was a huge fight. Whoever must have been up there, I'm sure they were good. Yeah, I have no idea, though. Because those kind of fights, like, if you fight somebody who builds like that, and you don't also have some level of skill, it's never going to get to that point. Alright, so we're moving in. We're going to speed this along a little bit. So here, it's just me looking around Dusty. It's me trying to mark an airdrop. So then the second airdrop I successfully mark and I decide to move in towards it. So the circle is closing in right now. So my goal is to push to the edge of the circle and try and isolate people moving in, because honestly, it feels like when you play like last 13 people, it feels like 5 of them died to the storm. So I'm just trying to steal those kills because I want their loot. Because if they haven't died by now, they've probably looted a ton, and if they're at the edge of the circle, they've either been camping or they have loot. So as I move towards this airdrop, I'm like, oh, there's definitely going to be somebody who goes for it. So as you can see, that orange guy in the minimap is going to push towards the airdrop. I'm like, oh, he's going to take it. Bang. Take him out. Easy enough. Did it just flush yellow? Oh, it did. You give me a second, I could fix that. Disable for an hour. Didn't work. I'm trying to fix it. So here we just get some early pressure. It was a little bit scary because I don't have attack SMG this game, I don't think. So, and I just have a pump for my shotgun. So besides that initial opening shotgun shot, I was very worried because he had that height advantage. You know, I die all the time to those kind of people. So I'm just healing up. You know, then I'm gonna edit this wall, grab my minis, and I'm gonna move in. So I'm gonna hear shots. Yeah, I'm hearing shots right now. I'm just failing at editing. I'm hearing shots, so I'm a little bit worried about that. So I'm looking behind me. I don't know where this guy is. This guy, I could have gotten this kill if I was just a little bit better at this game. So I don't know where he is. And then I noticed, oh, the circle's pretty far. So I just gotta run. There's a lot of running in this end game, but that's what you gotta do. Alright, we're moving up. So he's to my left, the teal one on the minimap. So I see his head. I don't think I saw it quite yet. Yeah, now I saw it. And I know it's his head. I'm looking towards it. So my goal here is, I don't think he's seen me. So I'm trying to snap a shot into his head. But he keeps micro-adjusting his position, which is really smart because I can't get a beat on him. So here he's going to try and put pressure. I don't really know why he bothered because the circle was coming up. So this is just me, you know, tower building. I'm trying to get that advantage because I know he's farther from the circle than I am. So I know I have time to do this. So he's coming up. I'm going to try and snap a few shots. I don't think any of them actually connect. That one was too high. I mean, the other thing is, I have a tendency in the end game to build a tower, break out my hunting rifle, and then stand there for too long and get sniped because people get better and better and better. 15 damage, you know. That's how it goes. So, I'm trying to avoid that. I'm trying to be aggressive, trying to peek only a little bit. And then at this point, I'm lacking health, because I think I was down to 85, and then I took 15, so I was down to like 70 health. So I just go over here, and I decide to build a little house. At this point, it's hard for me to figure out what to do, because I have to cross retail. So we're just putting out a campfire. Because I have to cross retail to make it into the chunk, like the main chunk of the circle. So that's a little bit worrying. So what I do here is I just edit and turn my little hut into a tower, because my goal is to see if I can get a quick pick on that guy who is crossing, maybe somebody else. Just trying to scout out the surroundings because I know circle's not going to go for me. So that is just, I think I had 5 of those, so that's just prevention against people dropping on me. Keep in mind, when you put spike traps, they only can activate if they are on something that's finished building. So if you put them on like metal, they won't activate for forever. So, and then I decide I have to move. My awareness of the timing was not great right there, but it was fine. You'll notice, like, I make a ton of mistakes and a bunch of misplays, and the games are still winnable. It's really just about doing your best and just hoping that you get blessed by RNG just a little bit. So moving into the top 6 here, there's 5 other people would I potentially have to kill? So I'm seeing this guy's building, I'm seeing that it's getting finished building, and I'm thinking to myself, I could definitely use this tree as cover, because there's no way he's capable of looking at me at the same time. You know, so I'm just trying to build a little bit. I know he basically hasn't seen me yet, so my thought here was either I can shoot him and strip his shield, or I can break his ramp. But the issue was, I wasn't sure if he had shield, so if he didn't have shield, my move would have been the right move. But honestly, it was pretty bad for me that I took that much pressure. Luckily, my building had a little bit of leaf cover to hide most of my body, so I wasn't taking that much pressure. And then this guy goes in, and I just pop right through his wall. So at this point, this is where my loot really gets upgraded. So I have my regular pump, gets turned into a legendary shotgun. I get that rocket launcher. And you know, I had the opportunity to pick up this sniper rifle, and I thought about it for like a hot second. But I don't know. The sniper rifle's okay. I feel like the hunting rifle offers like a little bit more comfort for me, just because it doesn't restrict your viewing as much. So I don't feel like I end up in this passive little turtley role, even if it's not necessarily part of the gun, but just the way that I use it. So here I'm going metal, because I'm right in the middle of the last circle, so I'm hoping that the next circle will favor me, then I don't have to move, and then my base will be super strong. Turns out that metal was the right choice here. I'm just trying to snap shots into this fight. I love doing this. You find like a nice 1v1 build duel, and you just try and snap shots into people, you know, steal those kills, try and get both. So if you look, there's a guy taking pressure. That was not my kill, unfortunately. And then I see that guy outside of the zone on the right side towards the airdrop, and I'm like, ooh, I hope I hit this, you know. And I look towards him. That one connects. So now he is basically stripped of his shield. Right, so I'm just looking around. I'm trying to stay aware. This guy's moving across. That shot, unfortunately, does not connect. But that's okay. You know, he's just jumping into the building. He's trying to get loot. A little bit worried. And the thing that saved this game, right here, was I turned to my left. Right? Not right there. Where is it? I'm gonna save this game. Was I turned and I saw the ramp and I noticed that there were bricks falling, and I was like, oh, there's a guy over there. Snapped him right in the head. Absolute destruction. That's why I run the hunting rifle. Alright, so here I'm not really sure what to do because I have the circle advantage. He's forced to push, and I have this beautiful position. So I'm like, maybe I'll just break everything that he has with rockets. I don't know how many build materials he has. He did just get like 1 or 2 kills. I'm just failing at editing. And I'm like, maybe I can force him to launch pad in or something. So he's up there. I can see his head peeping out. I'm trying to bait his shot. There it is. I'm just trying to bait him. I don't really know what to do, but I have this rocket launcher. And you know, I've gotten kills before by shooting it around stuff. So here I'm just trying to strip some shields. I take out 24. And then my next goal is just to take out this foliage, because I know he's going to use it as cover, just like I used it on the guy before me. So you kind of learn by using strategies what other people will use against you. So, you know, I take out that tree. He's hiding behind this one. This was probably the scariest moment of the entire match, right here. I go to snap it into him. He snaps it into me. I'm down to like 20 health, 0 shield or something like that. And I know he's putting on that pressure. So I'm like, this is going to be bad. But I know that my ramp will drop me onto the next ramp, so I'm not too worried. So here I'm just repairing it with wood, because it has the most base health. I'm trying to not take damage. And you'll notice I'm hugging that right corner so that he can't push me. And I see him moving up. I'm taking that hunting rifle. He goes to impulse. I missed my shot. And now here, this is where the game is decided, you know. I go to take out the tree, and I'm like, I don't know. And I can see his head peeping out. And I jump, and I look away. And the rocket goes in, and he goes to move, and dead. Victory Royale. I don't know why the replays don't show Victory Royale. Hopefully they'll patch it, but thank you for watching.